Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where we are having some pretty epic rat battles here. This is bad. This is a bad situation. Obsith's army is pretty shredded, and of course we have the safety of the city walls, although they're not, you know, in totally great shape. There's a couple of breaches. Hopefully, fingers crossed, those breaches are right next to each other, as they often are, and we can at least plug them with clan rats and stuff. But the reinforcement army the Typhus Rat is bringing in, unfortunately, is completely healthy and fairly scary. They got Warp Fire Throwers, they got Globadiers, 2 units of Rat Ogres I'm not concerned about. Rat Ogres seem to be pretty bad. They don't have nearly the amount of artillery we have, although about half of my artillery isn't really useful from inside the walls, at least not against anything that's outside the walls. Basically, I'm real concerned here. I think we're going to lose. Is basically where I'm going here. I suspect that we have the walls, right? The walls will help, but they're bringing more rats than we are, and while I think their composition is mostly worse than ours, there's some relatively scary stuff in this first army, and we're just going to get worn down. Now, we do have 11 uses of Menace below, but I suspect they also have several uses of Menace below. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I know our uses of Menace below, even when we're in enemy territory, right, are based on the Skaven corruption level of that territory. So if theirs work the same way, presumably they would have a lot of uses available, since the Skaven corruption in this territory is quite high. So I don't know if they're also going to be able to bring 11 or what's going on. Now it is worth noting that they didn't bother to build any siege towers or anything. So where is the breach? Over here, okay. It's going to be pretty important for us to guard this area. Way more important than anywhere else. Actually, hold on. Let's swap these ones. This is where we want to put most of our defenses. Actually, we probably... What I was thinking is that I want to keep some people up on these areas, so we don't want to put our good ranged guys up here. Because I want our good ranged guys available to shoot at the enemies as they get through the wall. But we want to keep the towers alive so that the people coming in as reinforcements are still getting shot. So that's why I'm doing the little guys here. I suspect that they're going to go pretty much straight for the wall. They could bring the Hell Pit Abomination and the Rat Ogres over to one of the gates and try to make a second entrance. So we will not, we won't completely remove the defenses over here, but I'm really going to try to focus mostly on the gate, or the breaches. Okay, these Night Runners should probably go over here, because they'll get completely obliterated if they ever get attacked, so let's put them in a location where I don't think they will get attacked. And honestly, I don't think that there's a lot of value in trying to hold the walls. Right? Like, we just fight on the ground with our ground troops. People up on the walls can be ranged. So let's take whatever the healthiest units of foot soldiers we have are. And keep in mind, reinforcements are coming in, and some of Titchett's units are actually still pretty healthy. Definitely pull you over to here. I do not know what to do with these Rat Ogres. They can't be as bad as they seem to be, right? It almost has to be... I would go so far as to say it pretty much for certain has to be that I'm not playing them well. Because why would you make a unit that is as bad as they seem to be? Alright, maybe I'm over-focusing here, but I think this is right. And we're just going to start deployment. I'm fine with 14. It'll take long enough for like the battle to get properly joined and everything that I think we'll have time to generate our Winds of Magic. Alright, let's do it. As soon as we have control of the walls, we'll, or control of the towers. Alright, let's get manual targets laid out here. I guess, yeah. Sure, I guess shoot at the Hell Pit. Things seem to be fairly dangerous. I'm way more scared of that than I am of anything else that we can see here. I'm a little concerned about the Warp Fire Thrower, but they seem to be easy enough to flank and fight in melee, because that's what happened to ours. See if we can burn their Plague Monks down? Plague Monks are high offense, low defense. It seems like it should be pretty feasible. Let's go ahead and give the artillery trouble wherever we can, and you go after this guy. I'm not too worried about globadiers and warp fire throwers and stuff, because we can just menace below them. Get up there. Quickly. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a menace below charge on them, but actually it's gonna be a second before I can do that. Let's just fix this, shall we? Oh, never mind. Maybe, yeah, it won't be necessary. Never mind, my crew's got it under control. Alright, so they did in fact they spawned a menace below charge on my catapults, and then immediately ran it away from the catapults. Seems like a questionable strategy to me. Okay, so sorry, there's going to be a lot of pausing here as I try to manage, you know, troops running in and all this stuff. Okay, so my assassin is perfectly healthy. My Gracier is pretty healthy. Is this gate just open? Somebody close the damn gate. You rat ogres. Figure out how to close the door. This gate is also just open. I wasn't aware that I needed to personally man every entrance. I kind of figured that the entrances would be able to figure... Alright, whatever. Ooh, catapult fire. A little bit aggressive there. Okay, these catapults are making not great decisions. I can't believe they're going to try to get up on the walls. What is the value of that? So the catapult's dead, right? Yeah, okay. The crew is a non-concern. Alright. So they are actually going to... I don't understand why they're laddering, and this seems like a strange move to me. Are these gates not actually open? Is this a graphics bug or something? Because I'm thinking, like, if the gates were open, they'd be headed right for them, wouldn't they? Okay. We may have to do a lot of our fighting in the city center. That might be a thing that occurs. Just kind of waiting for the battle to be properly joined here before we... Wait, they summoned... Huh. What a bizarre choice. How are they making their decisions? I do not understand. So they mostly seem to be, like, getting near the walls and up on the walls. They're not really that concerned with fighting us. They're not coming through for the most part. That bodes pretty well for me, I think. This part less so. I guess that's a pretty good play from the warp fire throwers. Just shoot the flamethrowers up onto the thing. I wonder if it might be a good idea to just drop a unit of clan rats on them. Actually. Their defense here seems to be pretty thin. I think they've given us an opportunity. Come on. Don't run until you're injured enough for the warp bomb. They always start running too quickly. I can't believe they... I mean, this guy causes terror, so... I guess I can't be totally shocked, but it's annoying. Alright, we gotta grab units from here. So here's all the siege guys coming through. Let's send a couple of units out this way. Then we gotta put the catapult in a position where the catapult's gonna be useful. Put them over here. They'll be able to shoot at a lot of the incoming reinforcements. The warp lightning cannons are a little trickier. Are their reinforcements mostly walking toward the breaches, or what's up? They seem to be, yeah, largely headed toward the breaches, I think. Right, if I'm them and I'm looking this way... Yeah, okay, I think they're headed for the breaches. So let's send the Warp Lightning Cannons to a place where they can fire through those breaches, or at least one unit of them. Yeah, we'll send both of them over here. Not really sure what the play is. So, we've got a couple of Plague Monks up here. I don't know. They're not doing anything threatening, which makes it hard for me to know how to fight them. Let's cast some large spells. We got Crack's Call. This seems to be pretty good. I was hoping it would go a little bit further. It did some pretty good damage, though, right away. Yeah, they're just kind of waiting for us to destroy them. Alright. They did, in fact, send the Rat Ogres at the gate. I can't believe how effective this unit of Clan Rats has been. They're devoting way too much attention to them. That hardly harmed anybody. I think part of the problem is that they're able to respond instantly. It's going to be a real issue. So who else is coming in? Who else needs orders? These guys. This is the crew for the catapult. All right, these guys also need to head over here. We got to have some defenses in the city square. Probably these guys should head over this way as well. They're apparently not going to be needed. Okay, more spells? Probably more spells, right? Just go ahead and wand myself, and, like, I could drop Warp Lightning over the wall. Their dudes are pretty densely gathered. Warp Lightning doesn't do fantastic damage, but it costs so little and has such a low cooldown. Okay, that was pretty okay. Get him. They're Rat Ogres. They'll lose the fight. Don't worry. Okay, they spawned. Is that their, yeah, that's their warlord. Okay, that guy's gotta go relatively quickly. Alright, let's get the assassin stuff on him. Oh wow, he is losing morale quickly. He is not prepared for prolonged combat. Get up so you can be in a good flanking position. Okay, those things are very slow. Let's give this some personal attention now. So here's okay, this is their lord here. This is the first army's lord. So we need to do something about that. Let's pull our Rat Ogres back. They did a good job of tying up the enemy Rat Ogres enough to let us kill them. I'm sure they are under control now. Alright, I'm having a really hard time. There we go. Actually getting my units to select. Need to get ranged attacks in on this guy. Spears on this guy. And these are sensor bearers. So they're, first of all, they're very tired, which is good for us. And secondly, they are not very armored, and like they'll beat Clan Rats in a fight, but they'll take enough losses that it probably won't be very good for them. Okay, a little bit of support from the wall. That guy's actually losing health remarkably quickly. Okay. The assassin, probably the best thing the assassin could do is stay on this dude. Don't let him recover in my base and then run up and smash up my artillery pieces, please. So that's broken clan rats. Yeah, they got a lot of guys right outside our walls. If they wanted to fight us, they could like start a real fight at any minute, but they're apparently not going to. What they would rather do is just very slowly climb up the walls and then like almost lose fights with my horribly damaged clan rats up there. Where do I want to put poison down? We should probably summon a clan stone. Does it work on... Cannot target if on a wall, but it does look like it affects the guys on the wall. Oh wow, our rats here got shredded pretty quickly. Their unit hit points are actually considerably below 50%. Never quite sure... Is it that every living figure has to have less than 50%, or... Oof. I did more damage to my walls than I did to the enemies. Give them a little push. They're starting to come through this gate as well. Okay. That's not a very good place for them to use their menace below charges. That's good for me. Once again, guy is not interested in actually doing the thing he was ordered to do. Over here. Make this happen quickly. So like even the Doom Wheel is also just kind of forgetting its orders semi-frequently. The Doom Wheel's armor piercing, it's not actually anti-large. So I'm concerned that using the Warp Bomb... I'm going to do it. But using the Warp Bomb really doesn't seem to be having much of an effect on the health of our enemies lately. Get him. It's not really a charge. He sort of slowly wheels into them. Yeah, the Doom Wheel, I wish it was faster. It feels like it's difficult to use it as a charging, like a shock cavalry kind of thing, because it's so slow that it can't really get charges off. Alright, we're slowly getting this guy. Not let him get away. They're doing a good job. We are, in fact, having the problem of their guys getting into the city center. So, let's try to make that stop. This is definitely a large unit now. So I'm sure the spears will be effective against it. We gotta kill this thing. Like, it's regenerating, right? They have regeneration, I'm pretty sure. They have their own Doom Wheel. Where's mine? I'm gonna have mine hit these guys. It's tough because, like, shock cavalry, it seems like in order to make them effective at all, you have to micro them constantly for the entirety of the battle. And I just don't, like, there's so many things going on always. I do not have time for this. Get him. Yeah, that's a pretty good opening. Just keep rolling through. Just keep rolling through. Okay, that kind of worked. And we turn around and we get these guys in the back. Oh, he's not going to get through this time. Alright, let's figure out where my next clan rat position is. If I did this... Okay. We're damaging the Plague Monks. I think that's one of the most important things we can be doing at this moment. There's still a very serious cluster of enemies over here. I'm going to move the catapults back, maybe? I'm a little concerned about their position right now. It doesn't seem like it's the best spot for them. What if I put you guys, like, back here? Yeah, like this. We probably have to focus our reinforcements for now on this area, because losing the city center would be disastrous, obviously. Why don't we just tie these guys up? Oh, hold on. I am at 30 winds of magic, though. I should not be sitting at 30 winds of magic. I need to be casting spells. It's tough because I don't really know what the right play is with some of these enemies. Like, the Ruin Caster is just, like, way outside of what I'm usually doing. Okay, we're going to need Storm Vermin. That makes sense to me. These Plague Monks need to get up and make something happen. Death Globe guys are here. Please make that happen. The Warlock Engineer can also be casting. We get some simultaneous casting going on. And yeah, we just need the Warp Lightning Cannons got to do work. As soon as he gets close enough to the Plague Monks, we pop this. I'm going to flashbang these guys because they have some pretty scary units in here. This. Okay, I think we're making some good headway here. We broke some of their Plague Monks. Warp Lightning off. Alright, I think we're getting control over here. So now I need to zap back to the other front. Is it a front if it's internal? There's some Clanrad Spears sort of running through my units. I do kind of hate the fact that enemies aren't able to retreat into the city. You would think my units would make some effort to stop that from working. Alright, they seem to have gotten their Doom Wheel caught inside of my spears, which is really, really good for us. This guy is going to need a little push to go down. Where'd that... Okay, their Abomination ran over here. Do your best to get in on this guy. We need... This is where our next unit of Clan Rats is going. It's right here. They can kill the flamethrowers and then reinforce on that other guy real fast. These are Poison Wind Globadiers, so they're powerful against the Doom Wheel. I'm going to be a little bit careful here. Right, turn around. Clan Rats right there. Who's rallying? Slingers? Get in here and make this happen. Alright, that Doom Wheel's just about dead. We've really got to get their lords down. I have to imagine, it doesn't happen a lot to us, but I have to imagine a Skaven army that loses their leadership is probably going to get rolled pretty quickly. What do we have here? We can do Scorch. Scorch doesn't seem awesome. How much is this when it's overcasted? I cannot currently afford it. Okay, well... It's a pretty significant buff, right? Yeah, 25% melee or weapon damage. I'm just going to Death Frenzy this unit of Catapult, or this unit of Plague Monks. I'm not too worried about trying to get the armor piercing in. We're not fighting a lot of armored stuff on this front. And I think we are winning, remarkably enough. I don't know why you guys ran into melee. So the problem with giving specific orders to ranged units is that they do things that are insane. We need to get back up to 22 wins pretty quickly. I guess I'd better stop casting. It does kind of annoy me that the enemies are able to react to things after you've given the order for them to happen, but before they have actually begun to happen. Our towers are letting their siege weapons have it, so we do want to keep guys up in the tower area. through. Okay, wow, the Doom Wheel actually did some really good damage on that charge there. I noticed that a lot of our guys seem to be fleeing. That's not that good. Alright, Storm Vermin are doing some work over here. Right, let's try to make this happen. We have got to get these guys down quickly. Alright, their lord's about to give up. They got units breaking over here. Alright, great. Great, great, great. Oh, their whole army gave up. Really? Why? I mean, I think they were losing, but I don't think they were losing by very much. Okay, well that's the first time that the game has credited me with a heroic victory where I feel like I actually earned it a little bit. Unfortunately, my armies are, like... my armies are in bad shape. We lost our Rat Ogres, that's fine, they're kind of irrelevant. These guys may as well be dead. Yeah, the garrison is basically toast. I don't have a good sense... how bad was the damage to Titchit's army? You know, it's actually not that bad, really. This unit of Halberd Storm Vermin is still hanging tough. You know, I think I was too focused on the offensive stats with the Storm Vermin, because they really are not much better in a fight than our other options, but man, they sure do survive everything. Let's take whatever replenishment we can get. The good news is we're going to get a big burst of replenishment here. I believe replenishment ticks at the beginning of my turn, and we're in friendly territory with a ton of replenishment buffs, so... What's up? Oh, yeah. This is Skrolk's army. Needs a new lord. Who wants to be in charge? Who is stupid enough to be in charge of this army? It would be cool if it was a Plague Seer. That's not bad. Is there one who has a more combat relevant... Thramute the Experimenter is a pretty good name. Chargelock, sadly, still not available. Alright, we'll take Morphage. Morphage. Alright, we're being besieged. Lord Skrolk's Alchemist was stolen. That's actually pretty annoying. Yep, there's problems everywhere, but we are killing lots of guys. Lots of guys. Okay. Let's reassess the entire empire. Alright, so you are not sticking around. I don't really need the blue lines with you. Let's pick up... what's left in his army? Nothing, really. Jeez. I was going to say, let's pick up whatever relevant red line there is, but... engineering skill, I guess? Warp lightning cannons and catapults, like, he really... he doesn't have a lot of good units left. So, we can definitely finish off the unknown Skaven clan. What's left of Chaos? A pretty weak force, and then one full stack. One full stack that wasn't able to replenish over the last turn because of hero actions, that's right. Infecticay is earning his pay. Also, it's worth noting that I am, like, mega rich right now. Oh, yeah, that cannot be allowed. Please stop them from doing that. Thank you. Oh, nice. He's diseased. Okay, well, it's not actually having that much effect. They must have a crazy amount of replenishment buffs. Alright, you know what? I haven't upgraded this on anybody, but it's starting to be really useful. Let's go ahead and take this on everyone. All of my map action guys are going to take that. This guy's actually getting to be pretty good at fighting. We should give him health. And Toxer's the one who has natural poison. Yeah, okay. Alright. So Titchit's army is not really in that bad of shape, and at the end of the turn it's going to be in, like, actually good shape. Chakwa's garrison is extremely messed up. How bad is the damage? Are we healing? Yeah, we're healing. Yeah, we're actually getting quite a bit of replenishment on the garrison army. Okay, that's good.
All hail, horned rat.
Who else has unassigned skill points? Some other assassin? Alright. Oh yeah, we have this stuff down here too. Well, this is easier to deal with at least. So this should be no problem. Wow, remarkably bad result considering the number. This is the raw number of dudes we're going to bring to this battle. So let's give plus weapon damage and fire to the highest ranking sensor bearers, and magic resistance to these storm vermin so that nothing can kill them. And I'm just gonna auto resolve. It looks like the this is gonna have no effect on the auto resolve, so we'll just take it as we take it here.
Victory.
Okay.
Swallow defeated.
Pretty gentle, actually. There. Didn't really do a lot of damage to us. Okay, Lords over Druki. This is, I don't know how this is pronounced, but I know that's the word the Dark Elves used to refer to themselves. Alright, you need probably redline skills now. He's got all the blue stuff. Yeah, we probably need to buff up his army now. And he lost 2 units there, but thankfully, he's in a place where it's easy to replace. So why don't we grab a unit of Plague Monks and another unit of Plague Monks and actually kick out these Skaven slaves? And grab a unit of something. So his army recruited slaves when that was all they could get, but now they have access to actual units. I'm just going to grab another unit of Plague Monks. I would grab Storm Vermin if they were recruiting in one turn. Okay. So if I attack this guy, he is close enough that we will get the settlement garrison. I kind of want to send Morphage after Obscythe's army, but also I kind of don't care about Obscythe's army, and I'm wondering if maybe I should just ignore it. It'll run somewhere. It won't be able to replenish in any meaningful way. It won't be a threat to any of our garrisons at that size. So I think I'm actually going to move him just right up to here, where he can assist in the takedown. So we can, oh, I was going to say we can Lightning Strike, but I guess Titchett never picked up Lightning Strike? Anyway, the point I was going to make is we can Lightning Strike, but I don't really want to, because, oh, I can't Lightning Strike because it's an ambush and there would be no reason to. Plus 5 leadership on, I don't know, you guys? Okay. Let's take whatever replenishment we can get. That was a bad time for them, for us to get an ambush. Actually, it was kind of a good thing for them a little bit, because it means that they don't get that other army obliterated. It would have been drawn into the fight if it hadn't been an ambush. So do I want to pick up... Yeah, Warp Smart's pretty good. Plague Claw Catapults and Warp Lightning Cannons are so powerful.
Great victory. Good.
So his army's pretty messed up.
Rat mage.
We can move up to a supporting position. Can I do this? So this army still has artillery. And actually it has a bunch of poison range units and stuff. They'll actually make a really good reinforcing force. Yeah, I'm glad to see the game agrees with me. Let's just auto-resolve this. Okay, so we've broken them down. We still have to worry about Hexawaddle's army, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, this has to be dealt with, obviously. But we're going to take a turn before we do that. Let's get some replenishment done. And you guys could use... You have enough ranged troops. Skaven slingers are pretty bad. Can we recruit good ranged in this province? We can. Alright, let's kick these guys out. We'll give him something a little bit better. It looks like we don't have access to the poison version in this province, so we'll just take normal gutter runners in their place. And then, I don't know, another unit of spears, maybe? Just to help us fight dinosaurs and garbage.
Envoy of council.
Okay, and you... Oh, you can't... Right.
Doom decay.
They're in march stance. They can't do any recruiting. So what is the one red skill that we didn't take yet? Gutter runners and night runners. Range, speed, and leadership. Well, speed is only for death runners, I guess. Well, we do have some of these units. 15% range. I don't know. Is there any skill point anywhere that looks better to me? I don't think these are terribly important. Voice of the Horned Rat is not meaningless. 10 extra leadership spread over a larger portion of our army might actually be a good way to go. The other things we could pick up are... Wary. You get a little bit of extra post-battle loot. Corruptive. We could get another point of looter. You can pick up Howling Warp Gale, which we don't currently have. You know what? I'm going to get Earthing. Because we're at a point where I actually do want to be overcasting spells and stuff sometimes, and we should try to make it so that that's a thing we can actually do. Okay, before we move him anywhere, I want to move Nurglost out here and try to see if we can see out here in the water any more, like, hawk armies. I don't remember what that faction's called. The one with the hawk wings. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying here.
Hooded one watches me.
They'll go for Chupa-Yatl, I imagine, if they are around, but I guess we'll just go over there. It kind of looks like the southern part might be largely under control. Also, we are very rich right now. Should I summon another... I could put together another force, another stack. How much is the Lord going to kill our... Oh, by a lot. That's right, I knew that. I actually probably can't run another stack, because remember, this doesn't include the rebuild we're going to have to do on this army. So we're actually going to be... After hiring the Lord, we'd be like at 2k, a little over 2k. That's not enough to fund a real stack. So as silly as it sounds, I'm thinking we can't afford another one. So what do I want to do instead? Chakwa. Is there anything I can build in Chakwa that gives a bonus to the garrison? So the first level of these buildings doesn't. I think the answer is no. Nope, we can't make the garrison any better. And we already have all of the recruitment buildings, all the red ones. Yeah, there's not really a point in building anything else. We can do this, though. We can put some growth vats in this province. And this could become... I don't even know what. To be perfectly honest, actually, maybe bonus casualty replenishment rate is worth having. Although it's only 4%. Local recruitment capacity up is maybe also okay. Yeah, let's go for the casualties thing. And we are intentionally not upgrading this. And I guess if that's what I'm doing, it makes sense to do it in all of the settlements. Oh, we definitely should have more trade goods. Even though we're not going to make a tremendous amount of money off of those.
Try my plan. Victory.
The mosquito swamps don't really need upgrades. It's just like, what am I going to do with all this money, right? Oh, you don't have a defensive structure. That's not okay. You're upgrading. This could be larger. I don't like... In theory, all of these upgrades are potentially meaningful. We'll see. We'll see if any of this stuff ends up mattering. These guys are as defended as they're getting. It would probably be a good idea to have recruitment structures in this province, actually, because it's so far away from everything that if an army is over here, it does need to have access to real units. I'm a little bit less excited about these guys, so maybe I won't bother with this. Let's put in a weapon burrow. Globadiers, I've really like using Globadiers. So we managed to hold out. We managed to hold at Chakwa. We don't even have to worry about Itza being under any attack at all. Now we just have to worry about this, and also whatever's going on in the south. Whatever mysterious thing is happening down there. Alright, Hexoatl has started the 5th ritual again. we definitely can afford to drop an intervention army on them. We also are going to need to intervene, you know, over here. So it looks like both of the cities that aren't Hexawaddle are on the other continent. I guess I knew that. Hexawaddle's their only city over here, isn't it? Hopefully our intervention army will be able to handle this. I really need to move those northern armies over here, which means we have to kill the Slan army quickly. Or, alternatively, if it turns out Chupayaddle's not actually in any danger, we could run Otherlock up the coast to meet this this Hexawaddle stack. No Queek. Wow, 4,000, huh? Still not interested. Well, it looks like he's making a little bit of progress over here. That's good. I would like him to keep these guys away from the Sea of Dread. Whew, all right, I'll be honest with you, I was pretty worried for a while there. But things are looking a lot better. A lot more rogue armies popping up and managing to stick. Looks like these guys are probably headed to Hexawaddle, would be my guess. Yeah, we're still being raided in all the places where we're being raided. Let's go ahead and drop the Hexawaddle intervention army. And with any luck, things will work out. Okay, this army's pretty much ready to get back out there. It's actually finished taking replenished troops. That's the thing I should have grabbed before moving on his yellow line very much. Okay, so they do have a garrison already. It has walls because it's the province capital. And they're actually healing remarkably rapidly. Which means I'm probably going to need 2 full stacks. Which means we can't go. So let's just back off for the second. For right now.
Let the bells scream.
Okay, this army needs just a lot of foot soldiers. So let's grab a couple units of these guys because I'm like super coming around on those guys. Plague monks, and then we'll summon clan rats through the global recruitment pool because the markup is the same percentage, which means a lot less total gold on them. But we're actually like pretty poor for the moment. We just spent a lot of money. Okay, so they'll go to 18. If we can make a little bit of money off of killing some people, we can finish off that recruitment.
Open the book of wow.
I mean, it looks like, yeah, it looks like the crow guys just didn't even spawn this time.
You have my favor.
Can I...
Northmen come.
You won't talk to me? I'm just trying to figure out if these guys are at war with us or not. They are not even on the list of factions, so I can't check. It would show a little red cross swords, but I'm a little nervous about that because I've had those icons misrepresent our diplomatic status a couple of times. Alright, Fortress of Dawn is working on getting its defensive structures up. It needs a little bit of time. Alright, so it looks like we don't have to defend Chupayaddle at all, so we are headed north. So I don't know what that stack of lizard men in that boat is doing, but I'm not okay with it. They might just be headed down here to Chupayaddle or something. We'll find out.
Let's move. Your bubonic clan.
Well, he's not getting very much done right now, so he may as well back off and, like, harass these guys. So it looks like we're not going to be able to make any money this turn, so sadly, we are not going to be able to finish recruiting. If I could just... Is there a construction somewhere that I can cancel? There probably is, right? Yeah, we don't need this right this second. Let's get back to some of that money.
All hail horned rat.
I want this force to be as powerful as possible, as quickly as possible, because I really, really don't want these guys to come south and obliterate us. I'm pretty sure these guys are just headed to Hexoatl. I don't know what the deal is with these ones, though. That makes me a little nervous. Okay, the Ritual Defender has also been started. I'm a lot less concerned about this one. I don't think this will finish. It seems to me that that they're in a pretty bad place, the Lore Masters. What is this force? Is there another Skaven player still left? I thought all the little Skaven factions got wiped out. Did that not happen? Also, whatever's happening on the Cult of Pleasure's turn must be complex. Maybe they have a bunch of armies running around slaughtering Lore Masters. Oh, maybe this is a rebel force that was spawned? Or no, that's my intervention army is what that is. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, the bad news is his intervention army accomplished nothing. They lost the battle, they're way too weak to fight again next turn, they're just going to get wrecked. And all these rogue armies that I would love to have as trading partners are going to get horribly murdered after we secure our borders against Hexoatl. Are you kidding me right now? I'm just going to have Itza's garrison obliterate them. So you really don't have to be down here. Oh, I see. These guys spawned with their ship facing this way, so I kind of thought they were headed toward me, but they're going to go after Zlatalan or something. Zlatalan, which is being... Oh, the Scourge of Aquitaine. I love those guys. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, kill them lizards dead. Okay. That's 2 problems down. Unfortunately, these guys don't seem to have moved very much, and I don't have any idea where they're going. Well, I'm going to break off one of these armies to head west. Let's go deal with that. Actually, he might come up here. We'll just 3-stack those guys, because I don't want to take any chances. Alright, Titchett, you are doing what you need to be doing. They did come out of the city, didn't they? Looks like they're headed over that way. No, they're probably just headed down the road. So actually, I think what I want Titchett to do is like move to this side of the city where you'll be less obvious, and then go into ambush mode. Okay, what happened to my Plague Monks? Why am I no longer recruiting Plague Monks? I'm not imagining that, right? I was recruiting Plague... Huh. Okay, well, we'll do this. So no sensor bearers, but... I don't want to wait the extra turn. Let's not spend huge amounts of money right now. Oh, I guess we should... Yeah, we should do this, though. We need to rebuild Kayak's defenses. Alright, let's keep an eye on these Hexoatl guys, because this is... At this point, this is the only actual danger to us. Okay, so lots of intervention armies have been spawned on everybody. I noticed the Dark Elves not spawning intervention armies on the other players, but they're still spawning them on me. Yeah, Mazdamundi's army must be pretty good. Then again, we do know that the auto-resolve is pretty biased in favor of Lizardmen. Especially against Skaven. Yeah, now this is the reason I didn't press fast forward yet, because I'm really curious what this guy's going to do. Oh, he's just going to turn around and run. What a coward. And Rambatan might actually be going to the Star Tower. The Star Tower seems to be pretty attractive to the AI. We did have that, that force of Bretonnians show up to try to take it. Alright, at this point we can turn on fast forward. So the thing I would like most to do here is to get ourselves into a position where as soon as this ritual ends, we can start up the final one. Not to say that I'm, like, growing impatient or anything, but I am absolutely, without question, growing impatient. Let's get this over with. I have dragged out this campaign too long. I'm not even sure who... Well, like, who's he at war? Yeah, he's trying to drag me into wars with somebody, but I don't know who. The High Elf Intervention Army just failed to destroy the Temple Avenue of Gold when it didn't have a stack in it, so that's embarrassing. And that being the case, it's probably these guys will finish their ritual, huh? And we'll just have to deal. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm not looking forward to fighting a giant force of super elite lizardmen. So I feel like we've been doing that a lot, and it's my least favorite thing in the universe. Okay, weapon damage plus 20 for everybody. That's actually better for me than it is for other players, because the fact that we have the most bodies on the field means that flat boosts will be more effective for us than they will be for everyone else. Alright, so hold up. We need 25% movement range to go into ambush mode. That means we can get a little bit over the border and be okay.
Doom decay. Wrecked mage. Hide Skrolk ambush. So take things shall die.
Alright, my plan is to run Titchet up here. I was going to say run Titchet up here, not ambush mode, and try to coax them out for stack versus stack. I'm sure the auto-resolve is in their favor, which means the AI thinks they will win the battle. But maybe I should have him in ambush mode too, and just try to see if we can coax them out of the settlement. Nah, it's probably not going to work no matter what. I'll leave my guy out in the open. Hopefully they'll fall for it. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world. Why don't we pick up for you... Alright, I was working on building out his yellow line. I really wish that the rogue armies would prefer to settle over raiding. You know, like if there's an open ruin around, they should go for it. Even if the only way to make that work is to make them know when a ruin is Skaven or not, I still think it would be a good thing to do, because it's the way they vary up the campaign is really interesting, I think. Yeah, I guess we upgraded show tech. It does improve the garrison. Alright, we're going to hold on to the rest of our money, I guess. So my intervention army got smashed. The lore masters got their army smashed. They smashed their own army. We haven't seen a Dark Elf intervention force spawn yet. This is kind of frustrating too, because all I can really do is follow them along the shore. Because if I go on the water, they'll slaughter me with auto-resolve. I think he's going for the Altar of the Horned Rat. Okay, the Dark Elves did spawn an intervention army, but they spawned it on the lore masters, who are definitely not going to complete their ritual, instead of spawning it on the people who matter. So that might be really bad for us, depending on whether or not they can afford to spawn a second one. Honestly, even if they did spawn a second one, I bet it doesn't do anything. I almost want to play as the Lizardmen next, just to enjoy being on the other side of the busted auto-resolve calculations. So we discovered a Dark Elf ambusher somewhere. Okay, not very far away. I'm kind of annoyed that they don't have anything better to do. Why aren't they, you know, attacking... Oh, factions. Okay. I was going to say, why aren't they attacking, like, Hexawaddle? They could be attacking the city Hexawaddle. Alright, Skrolk's back. So let's just put these guys in the altar of the Horned Rat.
City, mine! Great leader! All tales are mine!
Okay, and the altar of the Horned Rat has a reasonable defensive structure, and we should be able to hold this pretty easily. We'll recruit Skrolk and have him come and swap for the control of this army in a minute here. We want to actually get the attack on Tlushton off. So wait, where is that ambusher? Up here somewhere? Like in the dark? Weird. It says ambusher discovered, but they are not visible to me. Makes me a little bit nervous. I don't want to walk into an ambush. Alright, well, this should be a pretty one-sided battle.
Scream.
Although apparently, yeah, Morphage has none of the movement stuff, so he's actually going to have to be in march mode to participate as any.
Hornet rat.
That's a shame. That's going to make it a little bit worse.
So take things shall die. Have them.
Oh, you know what? I should not be doing this way. Hold on. Break siege.
Now.
We could damage the walls first. There's no reason for me not to do this. There we go. Boy, you backed off an incredible distance there.
Scamper scurry.
I told him to break the siege, and he ran like half a turn worth of movement away. Alright, well, I guess we're not attacking this turn. But at least their walls are messed up.
All tales are mine. Right, good.
Well, that's not supposed to look like that.
I grow strong.
Ooh, a ruby ring of ruin. That's nice. That's a good thing to have. Okay, yeah, and then these guys are gonna just head north. Because apparently we might need even more stacks to deal with this. Oh wait, there's another level? Oh yeah, Alsus himself, sure. Where is... Here we go, respected and feared. It's a pretty good skill. Okay. So if we manage to repel these two armies, my hope is that that we just won't be bothered very much for the rest of this ritual. So we have to go to making our borders secure for the final ritual. Probably what I want to do here is... try to stockpile a bunch of money so that right before we do the final ritual, I can put up a 5th stack and then just operate at a deficit for a couple of turns until we clean out the worst of the enemies and then dismiss the stack. That probably has to be the move. Because if the thing we summon with the next ritual at the beginning of the next ritual is even worse than what we summoned at the beginning of this one, I don't know what we will do. I wonder if the Dark Elves are at war with these guys. Because they might be, but they might not be. I think that when you get to the last ritual, the permanent state of war is only with the other ritual players. It's not with every faction. So, like, I would not hate it if the Dark Elves took this. Yes, enter war on side of allies. Screw those guys. Maybe I should have just fought that, because that would probably have been really fun to watch. Yeah, I probably should have just fought that. But I appreciate Seclio coming to our aid, and especially asking me for... this play is really good on their part. Let's take 2 extra food, I guess? I wish we could enter every engagement with the Lizardmen with 20 Hellstorm rocket batteries. Alright, so real quick, let's check the Cult of Pleasure. Okay, they are at war with the New World colonies. Okay. So these guys taking that settlement is maybe the best thing for us, because if they take that settlement, then we can take it away from them without any serious diplomatic issues. Whereas, obviously, going to war with the New World colonies for the purpose of stealing their stuff seems like maybe a bad plan, given the number of other things we have to deal with.
We are brave, mighty.
Alright, let's get in here and get this done. Alright, I brought enough stacks and your walls are damaged. Man, my kingdom for a balance of power bar that makes any kind of sense. Well, it looks like we're going to have to do this manually if we want to do it in a way that's not going to cost us all of our units. The lightning strike obviously is pretty bad. Alright, let's bring food and do it. So remember, we don't get all 3 of our stacks at the same time. There can only be 40 stacks, or 40 units for each army on the field at once. So that third army is going to trickle in as reinforcements over the battle as we lose units of clan rats and stuff. And unfortunately, I believe it seems like they trickle in from left to right, so their artillery will be the last things to show up instead of the first things the way they should be. It looks like we got this corner assault map, which I like a lot, because it means we can put our artillery stuff right here and have it not be within the range of any of the towers. We can just hammer the defenders that way. Boy, they sure do have a lot of Croxagors. We can probably do better than 6, is my guess. Yeah, alright. Wow. Plus 13. That might be the biggest win I've ever seen. Okay, so catapults are right there, so they can shoot as deep into the settlement as possible while not being vulnerable in any way. Similar deal. I think I'm just going to pull everybody over here. Where did the breaches get put in? Wait, where are my breaches? What did they repair the many breaches in the walls in a single turn? Ugh, annoying. Alright, well I guess that means we're not doing anything other than turtling behind this, Alright, so we'll spawn everybody back here. And we will approach the wall on the corner, because it's the only option we realistically have. What are we being afflicted by here? Oh, the Wall of Unholy Sound. Wait a minute, this tower has 2 arcs of fire? That's not the way that has traditionally worked. Okay, let's just grab this whole army and sort of naively give it this order. Is there anybody that I don't actually want to move forward? Nope. Everybody just get in there. We're getting some good hits on these guys on the wall. I remember, skink priests... actually, never mind, they don't have any skink priests. I was going to say skink priests mean annoying summons, but they just don't even have any.
Get them!
Get in there and show that gate who's boss. Wow. We destroyed that tower, huh? I wasn't even trying. Alright, Toxer needs to get in there. Okay. I suppose the Doom Wheel should get closer. It might be able to fire. I don't know if it can fire up onto the walls with its cannon. Okay, let's also start getting up on these walls. Okay, it's going to be very tough for them to keep control of their outer wall. And once we have the wall, our advantage is significant, because most of their units are tough, but melee. We'll still have to deal with the Pterodon Riders, which could be a problem. But like we'll be able to just rain death on the Croxagores until such time as they give up, and similar things with a lot of other enemies here. We can just drop plagues over the wall. Right here, maybe? They won't stand in it for very long, but they don't have to. There's no sense in letting our Winds of Magic just sit at maximum. Wow, it's actually getting a lot of damage in. They seem to be having trouble getting out of it. They keep running their skinks are like running back and forth. They can't figure out which way to go. Okay. Please get them. We actually managed to break their gates down pretty quickly. How's this going? Let's have Toxer run over here. You guys are currently making for... Alright, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Maybe I shouldn't even have bothered taking the gate. Okay, that's Saurus Warriors with shields. Okay, they're getting down, though.
Magic's ready.
We have a Warlock Engineer from the other army. Get over there. Get over there and do a useful thing. Okay, they're really committing. Alright, let's get everybody running in here. So I want the Plague Priest through first. I know that we're going to clog the gate as we try to run through, so I want to make sure that the people who need to get in get in. We definitely want the Censer Bearers. They're in front. These are just spears. Do I have a unit of... Yes, Halberd Storm Vermin. They are next. And... let's get ready to cast some spells. Hey guys, get through there, support him. Alright, I think this is probably going to end pretty poorly for them. Okay, I'm not actually sure. Do I want to run these guys down off the wall? I think I'm going to have the slingers get up the wall. We can have a lot of other people climb. People on this side probably are better off actually going through the gate, because I know that climbing the ladders is incredibly tiring. I think I want the Death Globe dudes to climb, though. Alright. The reason I'm saying I might not want to disengage from the wall is that I don't know that I want to start a melee with all these dudes. That's the summoned clan rats, I hope. Nope. Oh, the summoned plague ones. Yeah, that's totally fine. Just put bodies on the ground. Not even lizard men like to be surrounded. Oh, we should use this instead of casting Bless with Filth over and over again. This lasts a lot longer. So those guys are broken. It's starting to have an effect. Alright, if we can get the storm vermin in on the back of these horned ones, that will pretty much kill them. I'm not at all concerned about those guys surviving that. Alright, sadly we don't have a lot of good area buffs for our guys. We can re-wither. Do your best to get inside. Okay, now that the forces on this side have thinned out a little bit more, why don't you guys try to stay engaged on that? You should definitely be firing down off the wall. Yeah, now that we're not engaging like a whole second front over here, it's a little bit thinner, although I didn't realize there were guys right there. I feel a lot safer bringing our dudes down off the wall. Okay, this bodes pretty ill for these horde ones. Alright, does anybody else have... Yes, Arcane Conduit. Gotta keep the conduit going. The artillery is still doing a fine job. Maybe not harassing the most relevant enemies in the world, but still harassing. Hard to be mad about that. Yeah, and I think we're breaking down a lot of their more important units over here too. Like, we definitely got at least 2 units of Croxagores. We got a lot of their cavalry. Once these units start breaking, they're gonna have a really hard time holding. Down. It's so hard to get people to come off the walls. Get down. Calibrate those ballistics, I guess. See if he can fire his Doom Rocket at them. Alright, so these guys are dealt with. Alright, I do believe we have won this. I think it's just a matter of time now. And we'll have plenty of turns to replenish, so it actually kind of doesn't even matter how much damage we take in doing it. It's just a matter of getting there. Alright, so we should be able to completely wipe these guys out because they're rampaging while they're injured. Oh, here come the flyers. Oh, wow. Deathglow Bombardiers have found their targets. let's get all of our slingers over the wall and committed, because we're gonna need them. Alright, we're very, very slowly wearing down all these enemies. Alright, the Halberd Storm Vermin are just gonna have to... They're just gonna have to do this and survive it. We need them. Alright, this front's pretty cleaned up. You guys handle that. Actually, I guess finish these guys off. And then pretty much everybody here needs to head toward the city center via this avenue that we've opened up. Okay, I don't know if I agree that that's the best path for you, over the wall instead of through the gate next to you, but okay. Whatever gets you over the wall. Alright, so we're seeing... This is really good. Broken units fleeing through large groups of other units is really bad for enemy morale. Yeah, the Storm Vermin, the Halberd Storm Vermin are tanking they're tanking the Flyers' attacks as best they can. We just don't have any ranged over here. Trying to get them, but they're not coming quickly. Alright, where's my casters? This would be a good place for us to have some reinforcements. Alright, just get them in the flanks. Armor Ulsus up, and he's just going to commit super hard to fighting these Croxigores. Oh, a fresh unit, almost fresh unit of Storm Vermin. That's pretty handy. I mean, they've got to be given up pretty soon. This is the thing that's most frustrating about Lizardmen is that they, like, the leadership mechanics just don't seem to work on them. I feel like any other force would have given up already. What do you guys... I'm 100% certain that the order I gave you was not get on the wall and live there for the rest of your lives. These guys, who were given an explicit order to attack Flyers, are just now managing to make it over the wall that I ordered them to get up on at the beginning of their entry onto the battlefield. Arat is at least not losing. Okay, there we go. The globes are finally coming down. The Globadiers had elected to face off the wall, despite the fact that they had earlier been facing the wall, or had been facing inside, and we know that because we saw them working. The micro required to keep these units from doing anything crazy is a little silly sometimes. I think they should just not do anything crazy on their own. Alright, we are definitely overwhelming them. There it is. Took long enough. Alright, that's one of the rogue Hexoatl armies. We do still have to worry about that Dark Elf army too, because even if they do take that settlement, which I'm pretty happy about the concept of, obviously we do have to at least kill them and take it back. 229 kills on these... Where were these horned ones? Man, even the ones that got wiped out got crazy numbers of kills. We probably need to hold this. It's a really good distraction. I should definitely replace his Dawnstone with this Talisman of Preservation. He earned it.
Where shadow, horned rat.
Honestly, I don't even know what to build here. We don't need this at all. We already have enough Warp Stone to finish off the thing, so I'm just going to leave that empty for now.
Masterful of masters.
Like I said, we're going to bank a lot of gold. That's the plan right now. At this point, I guess just start up your spell line? That doesn't feel right. We never, ever have enough Winds of Magic to do anything else. Plus range on your artillery, I guess? I don't know. We really can't steer Winds of Magic away from our Plague Casters because they're too good. So it's this guy's army. This guy's army. It's the one that's getting replaced with Skrolk. Oh yeah, this level up doesn't matter. So then from here we recruit Skrolk. We give him this entire force, and then we disband this guy. Okay.
I am the Plague Lord.
There we go. Now we feel like we're in pretty much in a modern. Modern? Is modern the word I want? You know, our armies are developed and powerful. So we still need to sit through 3 more turns. We gotta watch out for this. There's a lot of things still happening, actually. I feel like the game is livelier now than it was a couple of videos ago, despite us being just kind of sitting around. So anyway, this is where we're gonna call it for today. These videos are also getting much longer. Come back next time to see if we can hold out against the, frankly, non-stop onslaught of the AI who really ought to have better things to do. I will see you then.